What's up, graphic designers? I love traditions, and this year, 2024, we're going to be celebrating our 8th annual What We're Reading Teacher Poster Project. And right now, we're taking a look at a few examples from 2017. And these are teachers who, many of whom no longer work at lab, many of whom certainly do. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be embedding your logo with the teacher of choice, the book that they're reading, a blurb from their teacher. We're going to be applying a little color inversion techniques. We're going to be thinking about fun fonts. What's up, Mr. Reyes? And we're going to be celebrating literacy. I love reading. We want to encourage students to develop a love and appreciation for reading. And so how do we start? What are the steps for this project? That's a great question. The first thing that we're going to do is this portrait cutout. You guys created this PNG like way back in October. Today, what we're going to be working on is step 2, 3, and 4. So in a moment, I'm going to show you guys how to create your logo. And then this year and moving forward, we're going to simply combine step 3 and 4. I'm going to talk to you about how to do that. And then once we've got our PNG of our teacher with the cover superimposed on the book itself, what we're going to do is we're going to be developing this reading poster. We're going to be submitting saving the PNGs on our computer, maybe submitting them, and then definitely submitting our JPEGs in the appropriate assignment. All right, so let's jump right on in. So we're not thinking about color schemes quite yet. What we are thinking about are logos. So here's an example from a few years ago. Here is the example I created. Chris, Gabby, here are a few fun examples. So what are we doing? The first thing that we're going to do is you're going to download the PSD template. You're going to click the 3 vertical dots. You're going to click open a new window. And that's really important, right? We can't simply just right click and copy because we need these layers. I'm going to download, and it's all right. It's beautiful. It's downloading. I'm going to return to Photoshop. I'm going to close this out, and we got Albert and a blank. So I'm going to close the blank for right now, and I'm going to open up that template, that logo template that we just designed. All right, that we just created. I'm going to press Command 0 to open it up all the way, and I'm going to press Command plus to zoom in just a tad more. And what we want is you, the subject, to be shoulder to shoulder in this circle. So I'm going to use the move tool. I'm simply going to grab Albert from this PNG. I'm going to zoom out just a tad. I'm going to press V and then 5 for 50% opacity, maybe 60% opacity. And now let's press Command T to shrink them down. And let's think about like what makes sense, what looks good. Beautiful. All right. I think that looks amazing. I'm going to press V0 for 100%. Beautiful. That looks great. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the thumbnails on the right side. Let's increase the size. And we're going to use the magic wand tool. New layer selection. I'm going to select just the gray itself. We're going to apply a layer mask. And that is not what we want to do. Instead, what we want to do is we want to switch to Albert. Here, we're going to apply the layer mask. Oh, there we go. That looks amazing. And I'm going to press B for brush. I'm going to increase the size like so. And amazing. I just love this. I'm going to press T for text. And let's go ahead and delete, quote, your name and add in your first name, your last name. And if you are so inclined, what we can do is we can think about a fun font that would represent who you are, your personality. And so something like this is a little too scripty. Probably wouldn't be ideal, but this is fun. I kind of like that one. And, you know, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to pause right here. You're going to save this as a not as a JPEG, not as a PSD, but as a PNG. So it's going to be Albert. You guys put your name in the file name. Designed by, we're going to say this is a PNG. Amazing. Okay. So what is the next step? Because my assumption is that's going to take us maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes. Here is what I know. What you guys are going to do is you're going to go to this list right here. And we've got 2 different spreadsheets we're going to be using for this class. We're going to be having one where we're signing out a specific teacher, where we're identifying the cover, and then where we're going to be signing out a teacher where we're making the poster. So let's take a look at this first one. So I'm going to take a look at these right here. And so we're going to need a teacher. Let's do Miss Price. Why not? Okay, so here's what I know. If you want to do Miss Price, this is absolutely critical. You got to find Miss Price, and I'm going to see it right here. You have to sign her out. So I'm going to sign out Mr. Droz, enter. If you don't do this, then it's going to be really problematic. We want to make sure we know who is doing what. So I'm going to return here. I'm going to download this image itself. So the image is downloading. I'm going to return to Photoshop. Click, of course, File, Open. We're going to find Miss Price. There's Miss Price. Amazing. And here is what I know. I'm going to press Command J. I know that you guys know that. And we're going to right click the magic wand to open up the object selection tool. I know you guys know this. We're going to create a selection. And there we go. And so what I know is that we want to add to it. So in the upper left hand corner, we're going to add to the selection right here. And I'm simply going to click the book. And that, you guys, that looks tremendous. But here's the thing. I can see when I zoom in that we still want to get these little selections right here. You see this little selection? Yeah, it's going to be a pain in the butt if we don't have those. So I'm simply going to use the rectangular marquee, add to selection. Amazing. So we're adding those selections. And if we don't find them, we can always go back and brush them in the layer mask. But this looks great. I'm going to press Command 0 to zoom out. All right, guys. Speaking of layer mask, let's hide the background layer. And I'm going to click the layer mask itself. And that looks great. I'm going to zoom in now just a tad. And I'm going to press B for brush. And I'm going to right click. I'm going to make the hardness about 83. And I think this looks tremendous. Great. Command 0 to zoom out. All right, so now what do we need to do? We need to add the book cover. How exactly are we going to do this? What we're going to do is we need to figure out what the book is. So Starry Messenger, Cosmic Perspectives on Civilization. I'm going to open up a new tab, Command V. And we're going to go to an image search. And we've got a few fun options to choose from. I'm simply going to select this one right here, right click. We're going to copy image, Photoshop, Command V. And you know what? We got to do a couple things. So the first thing that we could do is make a quick selection because we don't need this perimeter. You guys probably are not going to have this issue, but I'm going to make a selection, press Command Shift I, invert the selection, delete. Okay, beautiful. So now we want this on the cover itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press V and I'll drop the opacity to 40%, maybe 50%. We'll say 50%. And we're going to go to Edit, Transform, Distort. Edit, Transform, Distort. I'm going to grab the upper left-hand corner and we're going to drag it to the corresponding spot. This looks amazing. And then you're probably going to have to eyeball it or guess for the one in the lower left-hand corner. But it's going to look a little something like this. And you can stretch it over the spine a little bit as I have here. And so I'm going to press V0. That looks great. And I'm going to now press V1. And you can see that's extended over the spine. That's fine. And now, this doesn't look super realistic. So what we're going to need to do is create a selection and apply a layer mask on the fingers itself. So again, I'm going to press V5. We're going to use a throwback selection method. We're going to use the magnetic lasso, or you know what, guys? We could probably try the object selection. Let's do that. So I'm going to click on Miss Price's hand. Photoshop is straight up amazing if this works. Photoshop is so crazy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on the book itself. We're going to apply a layer mask. And you know what? It layer masked out the cover itself and not the hand. So we can simply press Command I since we're on the layer mask itself, and that looks spectacular. Now some of the edges got masked out, so what I'm going to do is press B for brush, and we can simply extend it a little bit like so. And this looks amazing, guys. All right, so we are just about done. This looks great. And it looks like she's actually holding the book, so we're so close to being finished. We're going to click File, Save as Copy. We're going to save this as a PNG. And so here's how we're saving this. Miss Price, it's the teacher's name. Cut out, yikes, cut out by, and then your name. So in this case, it's going to be by Droz, of course. So it's teacher's name, cut out by your name, saving it as a PNG. Once you do one, you're going to hop back to the spreadsheet. You're going to see which names are still available, and presumably there may be dozens of names left. So you're going to go through, you're going to be working hard. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.